Hey, Dad.
Hey, Jimbo, what's up? We headed down to the...
I think that it's called IFAS, University of Florida Institute of Food and Agriculture Science. There's a place here in Greenwood, Florida, / Marianna, Florida, from the University of Florida that do all kind of research with peanuts and cotton. But today we were headed to the peanut field day. So they'll have all kind of different varieties of peanuts, different fungicides that work best. So it's like an adult field trip. Like when you went to school for the field day, this is kind of a field day for farmers. A field trip for farmers, let's call it. Do you like that better or no?
That's a lot better.
Is that good?
That's good.
Okay. So that's where we're headed to now, and hopefully get some footage. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to hear the speakers. I didn't bring my external mic. Didn't want to look like a goofball out there with the big mic hanging out. But yeah, anyway, subscribe to the video, give this video a like, and let's get started. All right, we're here walking to the event. Better late than never, I always say.
That's right. How you doing?
We out here at the peanut field day. Hopefully we'll learn something today, see what the crop's looking like this year.
Yes, sir. Jake, would you like to say anything?
Well,
just putting you on the spot. You're like, man, right off the top.
Let's see.
He's got us on
It's
TV
hot.
already.
It is
Come on,
hot,
Buggy.
yes.
That's good.
We're hoping it doesn't get any hotter,
No, I know that.
but it probably will.
How's y'all's peanuts looking?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So can we have all these koozies or just one? Take them. Just have them all, okay. All right guys, I'm here with Mark and he works with the University of Florida and he's gonna explain the peanut profile board here. So take it away, Mark.
All right, good morning. So yeah, we got the peanut profile board, and the idea here is to help you determine the optimum time to dig peanuts. When you take the exocarp or that outside layer off a pod, you can see all these different colors. Different colors relate to maturity. Darker they are, the more mature they are. Many years back, this board was developed to help us organize them by those colors, and ultimately it projects optimum harvest time. So when you get close to the end of the season, it's a good idea to pull a sample, bring it to the county office. We'll blast it for you, put it on the board, and it'll dial it into optimum harvest date for you.
And that's a free service.
Yeah,
Anybody can bring it
yeah.
by and get it.
Yeah, contact your county office. Pretty much every county that grows
Yep.
peanuts has an agent that'll do this for you.
And y'all just put them in this and pressure wash it, right?
Yeah, so this is actually a really new fancy basket, but yeah, you pour the raw pods in there. We use a particular nozzle on the pressure washer. It cleans the exocarp off without tearing the pods to pieces,
Right.
and then we can see the colors and lay them out on the board.
Cool. All right, appreciate it, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
So this is the only
Thanks.
handout that wasn't included in your book this morning. All 9 of these treatments are being used in both varieties, so they're all treated the same. This is about 87 days after planting, or the peanuts you're looking at, and we have little to no leaf spot. We do have some white mold popping up. You can see these yellow flags. I think I have 3. So we put out those yellow flags last week where we were finding white mold at the ground level. Again, very little disease at this point, even our untreated check. That may not be the case in your commercial fields, but that being said, do y'all have any questions for me?
So this check here has nothing,
Nothing at all.
and they look really good.
Yep, they're not sprayed at all. These are our border rows. They're not sprayed either.
So we should spray absolutely nothing.
Yep. And then
Until August.
come back in September and you'll see what spraying
All
nothing
right.
gets you.
So you say in a month this is going to be not
Right.
looking near as good.
No.
That last 30 days, sure
That
enough.
last 30 days, it looks rough.
Right.
And our yield is typically significantly different because it has no leaves and we're trying to invert. So there's nothing there, and then you get white mold underneath, and that
Yeah.
takes out your yield as well.
So do they plant all these test plots? What is a 2-row planter? They go just a little bit, stop, empty the seed, and
Yeah.
You know?
So it's just, we go all the way down. So
Yep.
every block, we just pour in new bags of seed. So it's
Right.
90 seed a bag, and they plant.
wow, that takes a good minute.
Well, for this entire trial, I think it took about 2 hours to plant.
Really? Not too bad.
Yep.
So this here is the Cadillac treatment of all treatments.
What you're saying, to get the full effect, you need to come back.
Right. Come back
At
in a
harvest
month
time.
and see.
Right.
See
And
what
we
you
so
got.
these are 6-row plots,
Yeah.
and we harvest the 2 center rows. So they
Okay.
spray the entire thing. All 6 rows get sprayed, but we only harvest the 2 middle. Yep.
Gotcha.
That way we don't have a border effect.
Is this your tractor, sir? Is this your tractor? It's nice. Jeff, did you learn anything?
Yeah.
All right, we are headed to the next stop.
We're gonna talk a little bit about spray technologies or some spray stuff, you know, here today. Being a peanut field day, we'll talk a little bit more about the spray here because, again, the time of the year here, you guys, how many of you are growers here? Oh, okay, good. So, what are we doing right now? Fungicides, right, in peanuts every 10 to 14 days, or depending on rain, whenever you get a chance to get in the field, right? How many of y'all have a sprayer that looks like this? Probably not, none of you, because this is a plot sprayer here, right? But
There you go.
let me get to the next part. How many of y'all have a rate controller on your sprayer? Okay, because we have a lot of growers in Georgia who have a cotton sprayer and a peanut sprayer, and the peanut sprayer gets neglected, and the cotton sprayer is all out shiny with every new piece of
that's us.
technology.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the technologies we highly recommend, a must-have thing, is the rate controller, because technically what it is doing is when we calibrate sprayers like this is you set a pressure, right, and you calibrate it at a certain speed. Now, you know very well as I do that when we're spraying out in the field, it is so hard to maintain that speed, right? So what that rate controller is doing for you is it's changing the flow based on your speed changes, so it's maintaining your volume you're applying, the gallons per acre, consistent regardless of if you're driving 2 miles or 10 miles or 15 miles within a certain way.
Welcome to the Peanut Variety Stop. My name is Barry Tillman. I'm the peanut breeder here. Before I kind of get into the varieties behind me, just let you know we have a few research projects around. You might have driven by the little tents down here and said, why are they covering up their peanuts? That's not something we're recommending you to do by any means, but what we're studying is aflatoxin. We cover them up to try to induce the conditions that would make aflatoxin more problematic. The Flow-Run 331 has good tolerance to white mold. It's fair on leaf spot. The 297 is a little bit more susceptible to leaf spot. It's good on white mold. But as far as spotted wilt, which is what we have here, I don't know how many of you have seen spotted wilt in your fields this year. There's a little bit around this year. This is probably the worst I've seen in our fields here since 2009. Got it fixed for me. Our tech crew here, they got it fixed. If you turn the page and look at the next sheet, we've got a new variety called Flow-Run T61. And the T stands for tomato spotted wilt. It's been among the best for tomato spotted wilt tolerance in our tests over the past several years. We do not put Thimet normally on our peanuts. We put in a imidacloprid product. It does a good job controlling the thrips, but it doesn't do a great job with spotted wilt. So we see more spotted wilt with it than we do with the Thimet. How many of you, I'm just curious, I'm kind of doing a survey today, are using Thimet? Nobody?
Thimet?
Thimet? Okay. How many are using the imidacloprid to control thrips? A few of you? The 331 averaged 7,000 pounds in those 2 years, right? So that's really good yield potential, because typically what we're doing, although this year we're not going to achieve it because of the spotted wilt, right? That's going to really cut back the yield. But without spotted wilt, we get yield potential wise, there's not a lot of difference among the varieties, but there are subtle differences that make a difference for you, like in disease tolerance, seed size, things like that.
What's that?
297s that babies last year on the pivot there.
I thought it was 331s.
No, it was 297.
Was it? Yeah, right. Yeah, it was 297s. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It wasn't that much, but it was.
So is that one?
How many horsepower has that thing got?
400.
400. Wow. Jeez. I don't know where you put it at, but it's impressive. Well, Dad, what did you learn?
Good varieties coming up in seeds for future years.
In 1969, Flow Runner was released, and you see what happened. You know, yields went up to 3,000 pounds, and I remember you can lose calcium. Gypsum is several times more soluble than lime, and rain can leach it out.
It's a weed control trial looking at different herbicide programs. So
And also the main thing is gramoxone, using gramoxone in weed control program. So that is also something I want to highlight, because gramoxone I see as a important tool, as a viable tool for peanut weed control, because we are having all this resistance issue with cadre on pigweed, because pigweed is not controlled, and also we don't have many product to choose like we have in corn, soybeans, cotton, or like the major row crops. With pre-herbicide this time, this season at least, we did not see much difference between the treatments, because as soon as we applied herbicide, so this herbicide or pre-herbicide or residual herbicide, it went at planting. So we planted peanut, immediately after planting peanut, we came back and then we sprayed our at planting our residual herbicide. Those Strong Arm, Prowl, Valor, those herbicides.
So this is what it looked like if you didn't spray anything on your peanuts. Not too good.
Breaks down the herbicide, cadre, and then, but at least on that part.
All right, we just had a delicious catfish dinner, some coleslaw, hush puppies, and I had a peanut butter dessert. What did you have?
Yeah, it was peanut butter. It was good.
It was pretty good. So very informative. Learned some. Try this again. Very informative. Learned a bunch of things. Probably the most shocking was the peanuts that had zero treatment, nothing, no fungicide, and looked great. But like I said, see what they look like in 30 days. So we're gonna head back to the house. It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, we ought to lift the truck winter's day.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd come out here and crank it up for me. Get it cooling off.
Well, you could have stood up there in that hot. You better talk a little longer.
We're gonna talk about peanuts, but let's talk the old days of peanuts. So you started, your first year growing peanuts was what, 1975?
70, we had a few of them 74.
Okay. So I'm just gonna ask you some hard questions.
All right.
What's been the biggest change in peanut production since you started farming
Biggest
peanuts?
change.
Yep.
Probably the chemicals that we use this day makes our yields that much better, and the yields going up from where they were in the 70s.
Right. So in the 70s, you guys were on a good day making what, 4,000 pounds?
3,500 pounds. If
So-
you made 3,500 to 4,000 pounds, you got some real good
Yeah.
peanuts.
And now if you make 3,500 pounds, you're really upset.
Yeah, you're disappointed very badly.
Name me 3 different varieties of peanuts that you've grown in your 40 plus year farming.
Flow Runner, when I started farming, it was Flow Runner. GK7 took the place of it because tomato wilt spires took Flow Runner out. Georgia 06.
Georgia 06,
The 06.
which has been what we've been planning for since
ever
2006?
Ever since they come out.
Okay. Whoa! What is this guy doing?
Millman.
What has been one chemical that has came available to spray for peanuts that has been a major benefit to your peanut yield? That's a really good question, especially the way I worded it.
Yeah. I won't say there's one chemical that stands out.
Okay.
But we got Latest, Convoy, for leaf spot mold.
Right.
It's good products. We still use the same old Bravo that we used back in the 70s.
Yep.
So, I mean, a lot of new stuff out there, but we still use a lot of the chemicals that we started with.
I've got one that I think if we didn't have this, it would be extremely hard to make a good crop.
Yeah.
Valor.
Valor.
If you didn't have Valor, you would be a weedy jungle.
That's right. You could.
Or you could spray gramoxone over the top.
Right. Yeah. But I don't like to do that because I just hate to injure your peanuts.
Yeah. But they say there's no yield loss. But it does. You have a beautiful crop of peanuts, and then you burn it, and it's brown. You're like, man, what have I just done?
For 2 weeks, and then it starts coming back. Yeah.
What has been your biggest mistake while growing anything peanuts? Is there one mistake you can think of? I mean, just in my short history of farming, there's plenty that could come to my mind that I've already made.
Yeah. Well, I made a lot of mistakes, that's for sure. But just one that sticks out in my mind.
Really spice it up for the YouTube. Just make something up.
I know somebody got one stuck between a peanut tire, 2 peanut wagons one time.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep, I remember that. It was Randy.
Yeah, yeah, Randy did that. I mean, he hadn't changed a bit neither.
Why? I saw a couple comments a while back, and people were, you know, just really kind of confused about the whole Randy deal.
Right.
Why do you not accept Randy as your son? Is it just you're
I didn't
ashamed
say,
of him?
I didn't say I don't accept him or
Right.
I'm ashamed of him. I'm not ashamed of him. I mean, you can't be ashamed of your kid.
That's right. But he was
just
difficult.
always difficult and different. Real different than the average kid.
Would you say he's a challenge to work with? That's why y'all never really be able to work together?
Yeah, more or less. I don't think he never really worked full time. He might have thought he was working full time.
Yeah.
But no, never full time.
Okay.
He likes to work a little while, then he likes to go off and do whatever he does.
Yep. He's a big gamer, big video games.
Right.
Let me think. We're about to get to the store now, so we got to wrap this interview up.
All right.
I got to think of one really good question. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I do too. I'm pretty cotton over there.
Hey, that's our cotton. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
All but that one little weak spot by the
Wash
motor.
right there.
Goodness gracious,
Bad
that
wash.
looks terrible.
We got to double up the fertilizer there
Yep.
next year.
What do you enjoy growing better, peanuts or cotton, and why?
Peanuts, because that's what we started off with. That was our mainstay, been our mainstay ever since I farmed.
Yep. Because you didn't start farming cotton until 91.
91, the first year we had cotton. Before that we had wheat, soybeans, and 91 we started growing cotton.
All right, well, I guess we'll wrap this up.
All right, there's the big Malone sign.
Yep.
Here we are. Oh, before you go, what's your name? Phone's dark. We won't brighten up.
Your phone's dark. I don't know. Yeah, mine is definitely brighter.
Yeah.
See ya. Mayday. Change of events. Keefy stayed back. He didn't really feel like going to the field day. So he was disting some cotton dirt that we got that we had a little dry corner we didn't plant. It's all grown up with peanuts. Anyway, he's headed back with the disc and the turnbuckle broke. So he's stranded on the dirt road. Got a hold of a buddy of ours that's gonna help him out with a wrench. So I'm headed that way now to see if he's still there or maybe he made it back to the barn. But yeah, let's see if we can help poor Keefy out. I'm too late. I already fixed it. Keefy got it fixed. Michael came and helped you out, so I showed up right in the nick of time, didn't I? Right? How about that?
You can show them the dirt road where it's on dirt road.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna head back to the barn. Thanks, Michael, if you're watching this, for helping us out. We owe you one. Goodness gracious. Okay, back at the barn, and that's gonna be it, guys. Appreciate you watching the video, and please do me a favor, if you're watching to the end, comment where you're from, and I'll pick the coolest place. And I'm cheap, so it'll be United States only. But yeah, comment where you're watching from, and I'll pick just a random place, random person, and send you a free shirt. And I'll get in touch with you, get your address, all that good stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. Jesus loves you guys. Keep it in the field rows, and see ya. Bye.